get drunk. Anyways, y'all, stream Summer Walker. You welcome. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be back. It's literally been so long in the making of me trying to like come back and figure out what I want to do with my channel and come back full term and stronger than ever. So I'm here, I'm ready. You guys have been so supportive. Like as I've been offline, I've been getting tons of DMs, tons of comments, and so much support. So I just want to thank you guys so much for everything you do, even when I'm not online and I'm not feeling myself all the time. It's just so nice to have you guys to fall back on and to give me the support and love that I have. It's just awesome. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, alright you guys, so for today's video I'm doing a super juicy story time, y'all. Get your tea, get your popcorn, sweetie, get your candy, get your grandma, get your uncle. Probably don't want to get them for this story time. Maybe get your boyfriend or your closest friend, because this is a funny ass story time. It's actually embarrassing, but I love telling story times. It's like my favorite thing to do. So thank you guys so much for the support. The story time was back in college. It was before my first DL story time, so this is kind of like a prequel, if you will. So this was actually around this time last year. Y'all know fall time, what do they call it? Cuffing season. I don't know what they call it. Where it's just like the season, the fall and the winter coming in. You guys know I'm a whore for it. So yeah, so around this time I was very new to college. It was during quarantine, COVID, all of that. So literally I was so lonely and I didn't know many people other than the people that I went to high school with, and everybody was busy. So I literally felt so isolated. But it was really cool how a lot of people were like finding me like as mutual friends on Instagram, Snapchat, all the socials. This guy, I didn't even know who he was, slid up and he was just like, hey, out of nowhere. I didn't even know what he looked like. I just kind of saw like his Bitmoji. So I like clicked on his story and I was just like, oh, okay, like he's a muscular. And at this time I just thought he was trying to be like cool, like a straight dude. Like that's what he looked like from his story. He looked very straight, and that's maybe all it was gonna be. Little did I know, I was just like so confused. So I was just like, hey, question mark, like what do you want, like what is this about? He was like, oh, I just noticed that you were new and I wanted to give you a tour around campus. And I was just like, ah. For me, little old me, I was just like, is anybody else coming? He was just like, no, just you. And then I was just like, I wasn't completely suspicious, red flags, but I was just like, huh. I mean, I know I'm a bad bitch. Like, I know I look good, but I just thought he was straight. Anyways, I was just like, oh my god, I just need to go out, because at this point, I'm literally like the most lonely kid on campus. Like, I literally feel like so isolated. I don't talk to anybody, so I need to get out. Like, no matter what. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna give this a shot, let him show me around the school, because I actually needed to know, because the school was gigantic and I know they had tour days where you like went around the school and you kind of figured out where classes were and stuff. I slept in, so I didn't know where anything was. So I'm just like, yes, I'm gonna go out with this dude and he's gonna show me exactly where everything is, because he's been here for a year or more, to my knowledge. So he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna finish up on my classes right now and then I'll text you after and you can text me your address and we'll go. And I was just like, okay, cool, okay. The time comes and he's like, what's your address? I give it to him. It took him about like 10-15 minutes to probably pull up in his car, and I was like, oh my god, you have a really nice car. I was literally waiting outside, you know, like in the front of my dorm. I didn't see him, so I was like, kind of suspicious, kind of like, so where are you? I don't see you. He was like, oh, I'm around back. And I'm like, around back? Like around back where? And he was like, oh, there's a parking lot in the back of your dorm. And I was like, why are you in the parking lot? I went around and he had like tinted windows, and I was like, ooh, like not this, like not me getting in the car with the FBI, like hello. So I was literally so freaked out, but I was like, you know what, I need to go, because he rolled down the window, so I knew it was him. It was literally no time. He started looking me up and down, and I'm like, what is this? Let's get going, like start up the car. Like he was just looking me up and down. He was like, hey, how are you? Not the subtle flirtation. I feel like, Joe, are you flirting with me? No, but I was literally like, what is this? Like, I don't know where he came from, what class, but he had like basketball attire on, and I'm like, so are we gonna get going? Like, what's going on? He was like, yeah, we can. I kind of just wanted to talk to you first. And I'm like, what? I was like, talk about what? And then he was like, talk about us, like what do you like to do? And he just starts making little conversation like literally out of nowhere. And I was corresponding. I was being a cute little hoe.
Somebody lied to her several times and told her that she was fly, hot, and sexy and beautiful, and she's nothing like that.
All of a sudden he's just like, so I think you're really fine. And I'm just like, ah, Me? I mean, I know, but you didn't have to tell me. But he was just like, you really fine, shorty. And I was like, shorty? Oh, not the DL slander. It was just making me feel some type of way. You guys know it was just like turning me the fuck on. So I was just like, yeah, you are too. And he was just like, so what you trying to do then? I was like, I don't know what you trying to do. You know, you got to play it off. Like, no, sir, you're gonna tell me what you want to do. I'm not gonna give you that pleasure. You asked me, so you're gonna tell me. He's like, well, I'm trying to see if you get some good head. And I was just like, not you assuming. When he looked at me, he knew I never had given head before, so I was just like super nervous, like shaking in my boots at that point. So, you know, you gotta play it off. Like, you don't want to just like ruin this chance, this first opportunity for me to ever have like an experience. So I was just like, yeah, I do. I can show you. And then he just starts, he pulled down his shorts real quick, and I was like, oh, I love a good basketball pants though. He starts pulling down his shorts, and I'm like, That was my first time ever seeing like a dick in person, like, and he was fine, y'all. He was a very light-skinned, tall-ass basketball player. I'm tall. He was fucking tall, like basketball height, y'all. Like, he was giving inches, not only in feet, okay? His dick. And I was just in a state of shock for a minute, but then I was ready to go. So, you know, I didn't waste no time getting to it. And for my first time, I was definitely not great, but I was doing the things that he wanted. I was definitely taking a lot, not all, but maybe a lot. And he was just enjoying the spin I was giving him for a minute. And then I was just like, I wasn't getting anything out of it for me. And I don't know, like, a lot of my gay friends are like, it's so good. It's like, I don't know how you don't suck dick. And I'm just like, I just can't do it. Like, something is not wired in there. It just wasn't giving. Like, I had to pull out because it was just something about it. At first it was great, like it was a grand old time, but then it just became a lot of like neck work and just like a lot of stress. I literally got up so quick, and I was like, I went into like a full-on like panic attack mode where I just like got out of his car, like out of nowhere. Like, his pants are still down, his dick is still out. I started running, and all of a sudden, like, people just like walked by the car. As soon as I stepped out, he was parked to another car, and the people were getting into the car, and they just looked, and I was just like, oh my god, I hope that they didn't see. But I was like, I kept going. I ran back into my dorm because I just couldn't do it. Like, something, I don't know what it was just not for me. I'm a new kid on campus, so you wanted to take advantage of that. Not today. And yeah, I blocked him. End of story. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching the story time. I know it was on the shorter side compared to a lot of my other story times, but it's literally one that is like so embarrassing and so funny that I love telling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to do another story time. I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.